Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm in the Botanic Garden of Heidelberg in Germany, and this is Epiphyllum crenatum, a cactus which is obviously not in the desert and succulent house, but in the big rainforest house. As you can see, there is actually a number of cacti here. It's a misconception that cacti grow only in the desert. Actually, the biggest diversity is in semi-arid to Mediterranean areas, in areas which are kind of dry but not very dry. There are a couple cacti in really dry deserts, and there are also a lot of cacti in rainforests. So here we have a collection of rainforest species. A couple days ago in the Botanic Garden of Marburg, I tried a collection of rainforest cacti which had fruit, but Epiphyllum there did not have fruit. Now here I am in Heidelberg, and this Epiphyllum crenatum has really nice fruit. Well, those cacti in the rainforest, as you can see, they are all like epiphytes / vines. Yeah, cacti can be both epiphytes and vines with those long climbing stems, lots of aerial roots. Them being succulent and being able to tolerate some drought actually is a very nice adaptation, not only to life in the desert, but also to life in the rainforest treetops, because they obviously need a lot of light, which they can only get in the treetops, like the rainforest ground. The rainforest ground does not provide enough light for cacti to grow there. They grow in the treetops. They got dispersed by birds, and they do quite well there. As you can see, there is quite a diversity of rainforest cacti here. Well, the name Epiphyllum, you would think, why is it called Epiphyllum if it's an epiphyte? An epiphyte is a plant that grows on another plant, and an epiphyll is a plant that grows on another plant's leaves. Let's see if we can find some epiphyls here. Mostly those are stuff like algae and other tiny plants, which are in this case growing on a cactus stem, but they could also grow on leaves. But the cactus itself is a little bit big to be growing on other plants' leaves. It does grow on rainforest tree branches, but it does not really grow on rainforest tree leaves. So why is it called Epiphyllum? Well, because the first explorers thought those flattish things here are the leaves, and the flowers and fruit are being born on the leaves actually, which is of course not true. The leaves are those little, well, I'm actually not sure if those are not glochids, but let's see. I think those little structures here should be the leaves, those little, or are those actually roots? Well, those could actually be the leaves, but those big flat structures are the flat stems. So the fruit are being born on the stems. Here I got one of those fruits. They kind of look a little bit underripe, but when I pressed them, they were ripe. I got a permit from the gardeners to harvest one of those fruit. Thank you very much for that. So here, this seems to be the remnant of the flower, which we gotta throw away. So folks, please don't come to the Botanic Garden of Heidelberg and don't start picking, well, come to the Botanic Garden of Heidelberg, but don't start picking fruit. I have a permit to pick fruit for the videos, but don't pick fruit without asking. So let's try this Epiphyllum fruit. As you can see, a cactus fruit where the outer part is actually basically part of a stem. And here you can see a couple leaves. Those small little things here most probably leaves which grow on the fruit. The inside is white. I think pretty much everything is edible. But let's try the outside and the inside separately. Well, the outside is bland and feels starchy. The inside is much nicer. Juicy, a little bit sweet. Basically, it tastes like the closely related dragon fruit. The dragon fruit cactus grows right behind it. Here it is. So it's a close relative of the dragon fruit with a similar growth form as the dragon fruit and a similar taste, only more bland. So the fruit are smaller, slightly more bland than the average dragon fruit. I guess this is the reason they are not being cultivated, or one reason they are not being cultivated for their fruit like the dragon fruit. Well, folks, this was Epiphyllum crenatum, a cactus from the rainforests of, well, Mexico to Honduras, so Central America. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the Botanic Garden of Heidelberg. Big thumbs up to the great gardeners of Heidelberg for cultivating such a wonderful botanic garden. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.